Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croy Dragon and welcome to the summer season of Vox Adventures. It really has been a while. So what do I talk about? Oh, I don't know. I saw Hamlet at Stratford, that was good. A black woman was playing Hamlet. Of course, the character was still referred to as male because there's less hang-ups about that sort of playing on stage than there is on screen. It was modern, cell phones were made use of. And there was some visiting students seeing the play, and hearing their reactions was interesting, because they aren't really gonna get it in just reading it off the page now, are they? I finished writing Ahab with I've got a sequel planned to write at some point. I'm probably going to be set 5 years later, so 1965. I've been playing Bedrock with some friends, well, not too much. I played Bedrock with some friends like 2 weeks ago. They're new to Bedrock, so I invited them to the Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom world. You know, something relaxing, something nice and relaxing. Well, initially it was just 2 of us since the other was late getting in, but yeah, we all had fun. And of course, one of them actually had been to Disney World. Some rides she had not been on, some she didn't even remember. I mean, the Enchanted Tiki Room's technically not a ride, but you know what I mean. She didn't. Attractions, I guess you'd say. She didn't remember that one. And I was told it's very accurate to the actual park. Right down from there being nowhere to sit. No benches or anything. No benches. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I ever noticed if there were benches or not at Canada's Wonderland. Or Centerville. I mean, it's been years since I've been to either. when I was last at Centerville, I was in elementary school, and I was last at Wonderland, I was in my teens, in high school. Oh, couldn't have blown up the skeletons. Yeah, but anyway, we had a good time. When the other one got in, we only got to do 2, so because it was late, so we did Space Mountain, and since he wanted to do something outside, which, you know, very much like going to an actual amusement park, so we went on my favorite, Jungle Cruise, and then we finished up with the fireworks show. Yeah, everyone had a good time. It was very nice. I'd like to do that with some more friends. And yeah, we're actually hoping that they make it a series, that Animal Kingdom will be done next. Anyone old enough to remember when McDonald's was doing Happy Meals promoting Animal Kingdom? I had some of them, I still have one of them. I mean, quick look at my username should tell you what it is. There's a Triceratops also, I don't know whatever happened to it. It might have ended up at Value Village. But yeah, Animal Kingdom, definitely a park that I'd like to see in Minecraft, because I've never been to these parks, so if anyone can do these virtually, it would be great. And another thing about the map is that everything is to scale. And I'm told that it's a small world after all, and it's just as long as it is in real life. And it's actually more tolerable when there's people with you. It's a good ride, but it's still crazy long. And for those of you wondering what I'm talking about, remember, I've never actually been to Disney World. I've never actually been to Magic Kingdom. This 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 map is the closest I've ever gotten, along with a Minecraft server. And I'm playing that world alone, which I often am. Oh, let me tell you, it's a small world, you really feel yourself, craving company. I can turn on a YouTube video, where I can put on a YouTube video where people are playing it, and imagine I'm with them, but unless they're doing that right, yeah, it's not really working now, is it? But yeah, Animal Kingdom, that's really one I'd like to see. I'm all about animals, I love animals. Wouldn't that be something to see? Oh, damn. Actually, I'll have to check that Minecraft server to see if Animal Kingdom is included. I mean, it probably is, but with it being so big... And of course, those friends of mine we met recently, or people I know in real life. I was told they'd want to do the Egyptian and Pirates of the Caribbean mashup pack next, which of course I own. So I recently played through those worlds. Egyptian one to remember, to make sure I remembered where all of the music discs were. The Pirates of the Caribbean one to actually find all of the music discs. And let me tell you something, with Pirates of the Caribbean it really is like you're going on a treasure hunt. Like you're going for buried treasure. Oh, for goodness sake. I've also been playing Jumanji and The Curse Returns. I finished writing Instant Freeze, part of the Carchemish series, and moved on to the next story, Miss Teen Actea. Henry, Catherine, and everyone are just gonna think it's gonna be a perfectly mundane day. Oh, don't I have something planned? Catherine's competing in the Miss Teen Actea beauty pageant. Not something that she'd usually do, but with Ella Kane competing and the possibility she might be burning the book that is the prize. Yeah, obviously Catherine's gonna participate to make sure that Ella doesn't do any book burning. Yeah, run. I mean, Ella's the two-time winner. But yeah, I have a plan that she won't win, but the winner's not going to be Catherine either. And that's all I'll say about that. Also started reading, writing Art, A Tale of Heracles, 3 out of 18 chapters in. Still working on Chuyuhan, A Tale of Mulan. And that's because I have no idea how long it's going to be. Hopefully just, maybe I'll just make it 20 chapters. Should I knock back? I've been watching Once Upon a Time on Disney Plus, and I'm enjoying it. And I know it's a Disney produced series, but I don't know, there's something that just makes me wish that someone would do something involving variations on the fairy tales, like regional variations. The Egyptian Cinderella, the Scottish Snow White. Uh, yeah, do something like that. The girl with the rose red slippers, gold tree and silver tree. Yeah, I can't remember, so just wait for it to pop up again. I've also been watching the Ruff Larson Tarzan series on Roku. Very good, very good. I've also been doing some changing to. I've also been doing adjustments behind the scenes. In regards to the Carchemish series. A little bit of editing, because I do change my mind on some things. The character called Graydon Jasper, originally meant to be a homage to the characters of Sabretooth and the Joker, because the series is meant to be a homage to shows of my childhood. It's now going to be called Graydon Glover, and he'll be paying homage to Stone Sabretooth, but instead of the Joker, the Riddler. Because let's face it, Sabretooth and the Joker, it's been done before. So I figure, why not try something different? Same with the character of Malachi Marks. Two-Face and the Green Goblin, it's been done before, so why not Clayface and the Green Goblin? When I'm thinking about the shows of my childhood and things that have been done before, I figure just do something different. Now, Glover isn't going to be as grotesque as Jasper was. In fact, his ugliness is going to be very much downplayed in comparison. He's pretty much an average looking guy who looks like he's been living on the streets despite his career as a hotel owner, boxing club owner, and for his own amusement, crime analyst for the Actea Police Department. Oh, jeez. yes, that's right. Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. And actually, Miss Teen Actea is going to be Graydon Glover's debut. I mean, I'll have to go back and edit the bit that mentions him as back when he was supposed to be Graydon Jasper in the Arcane Mr. O'Connor. Because let's face it, he's not exactly as grotesque anymore. And yeah, as I said, it's the Kokema series has been a homage to the shows of my childhood, but I also look at some other stuff too. I look at uh, stories that diversify their casts, like DC Comics' Bombshells. Uh, and there's a lot of diversifying there, just not like, you know, I mean, they make Lois Lane biracial with her mother being Cuban. And yeah, she's lesbian also. A lot of the female characters are either lesbian or bisexual, but you also have nationality being changed. Aquaman and Mira still end up together, but Mira is heavily implied to be bisexual, and Aquaman is actually Irish in this story, and I really like that. And being of Irish descent myself, I mean I'm Gaelic Irish specifically. Yeah, I really like that, and it was one of the contributing ideas for the story Ahab to have the setting be the initial setting be Ireland instead of Canada, because it's supposed to go from one country to the Mariana Trench. Because why not have the protagonists be in Ireland? But yeah, DC Comics Bombshells also made Superman, Supergirl, and Power Girl, and Stargirl. They're all Russian, Soviet Russian, since World War II and all that. And that just got me thinking, if I'm gonna pay homage to Superman, I'm gonna make the character Russian. And Karkam is gonna be a Russian immigrant to Canada, and through reading, and since the character is also supposed to pay homage to Captain America, I'm gonna make the character black, because in the Ultimate Marvel line, the character was originally supposed to be black. So, in Karkamish, black Russian immigrant. But by the time the story is set, the Steve Rogers analog is dead. I'm just saying that right now, he's dead. He only lasted 4 years. Well, his counterpart, the current one in the story is more of a William Burnside equivalent. If I've mentioned him before, he was the Captain America of the 1950s. Wasn't very popular. Captain America, call me Smasher. Wasn't very popular, so he was brought back in the 70s as a villain, like this crazy Cap who had been in cryogenic suspension for until they could cure him. He was let out, and yeah. It was up to Steve Rogers to take him down. And yeah, he's a bit of a racist. I mean, he's a white guy from the 50s, but the difference is between William Burnside and his analog in the Karkamish series is that, like the Steve Rogers analog, he too is a black Russian immigrant. Yeah, he's a black Russian immigrant, but he's still prejudiced in his own way. So he's not exactly he's not exactly an improvement. Yeah. Being prejudiced is not strictly a white person thing, and I know people are gonna probably criticize me for saying that because I'm white myself, but it's true. It's really true. Prejudice is not something held by one skin color, it's held by all. And oh good lord, what did I even name him. Before had, had decided to make them Russian immigrants, well, I know the Steve Rogers analog is Mikhail Mikhailovich, which of course the William Burnside analog changes his name to. I can't remember what the William Burnside analog's birth name is. The aesthetic is very much heavily 1940s based, putting that out there. For Kortemish, helicopters are 1980s based, uniforms are 1960s based, there are televisions but they're like 1950s based, there's cell phones, video games and all that, but those are more 90s based, so it's a bit of a retro universe. Yeah, VHS players exist. Oh geez, remember those? Yeah, basically if there's gonna be if I'm gonna do a character who pays homage to Superman and Captain America, Black Russian. If I'm gonna do a character who pays homage to Aquaman and Namor, have him be Irish, but have his father be not Irish ethnically, but rather Arabic. An Arabic citizen of Ireland. Because, let's face it, there's a lot of the world is more diverse than we like to think it is. And on the concept of Troy, Fall of a City, I like the diversification. I like the black actors being cast. Achilles and Patroclus going from ambiguously bisexual to unambiguously bisexual. That's not really different. It's very much. Oh, for God's sake! It's just so expected. It's practically cliche. But the casting of a black actress with albinism as Artemis, that was really interesting. I liked that. And, yeah, I just really liked that series. And, well, obviously, for the writing of art, A Tale of Heracles, I don't actually show Zeus, and I do mention that Heracles was of both Achaean and Ethiopian heritage, which he actually is in the mythology, if we actually read it, because let me explain something to you. Heracles is the great-grandson of Perseus and Andromeda. Andromeda was actually Ethiopian. She was black. So, there's actually Ethiopian ancestry in their descendants. But I actually do picture, well, I picture Nigel Green, or rather, I picture Heracles as looking something like Nigel Green. You know, the general lean build, the greying hair, the general height. That's how I generally picture Heracles. That's how I picture him in general. I don't picture the big bodybuilder type. As for Zeus, I very much picture I'm not jeez, I'm really drawing a blank on his entire name. Hakim K. Kazim, I think his name is. Excellent actor. Nigerian British, I believe. Excellent actor, and he's really got a good look. Like, when I saw him in Troy, Fall of a City of Zeus, I just thought, okay, he really pulls it off. He's got the ability, he's got this commanding presence, he just works. And yeah, that's basically how I picture Zeus. For art, A Tale of Heracles. There were black Greeks even then. There was a time when the concept of citizenship was a bit less complicated. It was basically what are your customs and who are your gods? If your customs were Hellenic and your gods were Hellenic, that was it. Your skin didn't have to be in the same color. And yeah. I'm not exactly sure how, but I don't really have a skin tone in mind for Heracles. Just of Achaean and Ethiopian heritage is enough for me. I don't have to put down a skin tone, even with me picturing Hakai K. Kazim as Zeus. I just don't have to picture a skin tone. It's literally just stating his ancestry is enough for me, and I hope for my readers that's enough as well. But going back to Artemis, having an actress with albinism portray her is really interesting. I wonder why that's never been done before. And actually, going on the subject of the black actors, it's actually being cast to play characters from Hellenic mythology. I've actually seen this before, but never on such a large scale. Achilles, Patroclus, Zeus, Aeneas, Pandarus, Athena, whose actress is actually mixed race, being belonging to the Cape Colored group. Yeah, it's actually on a larger scale this time. In Xena, Warrior Princess, amusingly, I say amusingly, Helen of Sparta was actually portrayed by a black actress. And I say amusingly because if you know your mythology, you know Helen was a daughter of Zeus. Now, all the actors cast to play Zeus and Hercules and Xena were obviously right. So we can presume Leda was black, but then you get to Troy Polyphus City, you have a black Zeus, but it's still a white actress playing Helen, so I don't know. And it's very weird because, as I said, Athena, portrayed by a Cape-colored actress. Artemis, played by a black actress with albinism. But then you get to Aphrodite, who, depending on the tradition, is either Zeus's daughter or Zeus's aunt. Yes, aunt. Yeah, still a white actress playing Aphrodite, so it makes you wonder how much of this is... I mean, I love going for ability over appearance, but in the case of Aphrodite and Helen, I'm wondering if it's not just ability over appearance. Is it colorblind casting? What's going on? I'd really like to know. Actually, it might be colorblind casting. Let me explain. Obviously, BBC was one of the production companies involved. The Hollow Crown, the War of the Roses series. The Hollow Crown, War of the Roses series. Henry Lessex, portrayed by a white actor. Margaret of Anjou, portrayed by a black actress. Their son, not played by a biracial actor, played by a white actor, so I'm really of the belief that it's just colorblind casting, in effect. Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm really of the opinion it's just colorblind casting. If you're good enough, if you give the good enough performance, that's it. It doesn't matter if you're not the same ethnicity or anything. That's just it. I mean, I don't really remember them going into Helen's heritage at all. Don't remember them discussing Darius and everything. Yeah, you really don't remember them discussing Tindarius. I should probably rewatch the series. I really enjoyed it. Did Tindarius even appear? I don't remember. But then again, given how often he's omitted from stories involving, from films involving the, from films and series involving the Trojan War, I can't say I'm surprised that he's been omitted. If he was. Yeah, it's probably just colorblind casting. Yeah, I really think that's just what it is. Just need to check something. There we go, episode guide. Really, Colin Fox was the voice of Menelaus in a Mythic Warriors episode Ulysses and the Trojan Horse. Why does that name sound so familiar? What do I know him from? Oh really, he voiced Maximus IQ in Atomic Betty. I liked that show. A good Uh, fun poking, good fun referencing the old school sci-fi tropes and all that. An old man in 16, okay. Who was he in Henry's World? Uncle Neptune, Mr. Riggins, I don't remember. Oh, he appeared in an episode of a Nero Wolf mystery, interesting. Appeared in an episode of Relic Hunter, interesting. Oh, and he was also Uatu, the Watcher and Silver Surfer. The Professor and Rupert, Largehead in the Neverending Story. Don't really remember that character on the show. Shopkeeper and Tall Thin Man and Goosebumps. 4 episodes. And of course it takes me to the page from the show on IMDb. Doesn't show the specific episodes. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I remember that show. Didn't watch it a whole lot. Conductor and archaeologist and Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Additional voices in Babar. Additional voices in Beetlejuice, King Arcinian and The Legend of Zelda. Good lord, why have I seen so many things? He appeared in 2 episodes of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. My Pet Monster as Mr. Hinkle. Oh really, he was Antonio in The Tempest. And Pedant in The Taming of the Shrew. I knew the name Colin Fox sounded familiar. And of course I knew John Ralston was the voice of Paris. Julie Lemieux was, not exactly sure how her last name's pronounced, was the voice of Penelope. Yeah, really liked Mythic Warriors. Wonderful, wonderful show. I'm not gonna be streaming this afternoon. I'm gonna do some recording on something I had planned for Monday, but overslept. Yeah, I was going to just be getting the board game version of Jumanji and just be playing that. Might not sound like the most interesting of things, but yeah, that's what my afternoon's gonna be. When I get home from my walk anyway, unless it rains, in which case I'll just stay in. Of course, it's looking pretty cloudless right now, so don't know. I need blood. Should try and get around to watching The Mighty Hercules. Show from the 60s with a questionable mid-century animation. It's not bad, but the animation is, it leaves a lot to be desired. I've seen a bit of it. Honestly, a lot of animated works from the 60s could be said to have a questionable mid-century animation. But I think The Mighty Hercules really takes the cake. Can't exactly put my finger on why, it just does. Of course, isn't that very much a feeling? Can never put your finger on why something has questionable animation, it just does. Now, as I said, in college I took a history of animation class. Now, that was not a show we actually were shown when it came to television animation. We actually had been shown some of Clutch Cargo and some of Rocket Robin Hood, which, of course, the latter I've seen. It would play on Teletoon Retro. Yeah, I've seen it. I enjoyed it. but Clutch Cargo was infinitely, without a doubt, the worst animated show ever made. Well, if you've ever seen it, you know what I mean. Just these stone images and then the actors' lips. Even Pixar made fun of it with their short Mr. Incredible and Friends, I think it's called. I've got The Incredibles on DVD, so obviously I have the short also. So I think it's Mr. Incredible and Friends. Recently Lightyear came out. I've not actually seen it, but when I have, I'll talk about it once once everything's spoiler free, because you know my policy. If it's out on DVD or on a streaming service, then then spoilers off. It's past time for spoilers. Excuse me. Tomorrow for a VTuber stream, I'm gonna be watching the film Brawler Devil, which adapts, you know, the real life story of the Savo Man-Eaters, but of course, changes, the hero's name, you know, the man who put them The man who stopped the two man-eating lions. But of course, until the film The Ghost in the Darkness, that was pretty much the case for every adaptation of the event. No, John Henry Patterson, just whatever the filmmakers chose to change his name to. Personally got the book he wrote, The Man-Eaters of Tsavo. It's on my to-read list. 48th in line. Currently reading The Ichabod by J.K. Rowling. I swear, I feel like I breezed through the Harry Potter books, but this is just I don't know. Oh yeah, that's it right there. I have a calculator on my phone, don't I? I'm trying to do some math in my head. Interesting. So when we were all together, those friends of mine, my mum, and some others, the Disneyland Magic Kingdom server came up in conversation, and of course it ended up being a point where Disney World itself became the topic of the conversation. Talk about the rides like Epcot. That time me and no, not me, my mom and my dad went down because I hadn't been born yet. They went down with my aunt and uncle. They were renting a house. My aunt and uncle just wanted to relax by the pool. My mom and dad wanted to go to Disney World since they were there. Yeah, they got some photos. I'm not sure if I'm fully awake yet. Alex? Hey, you? A couple of nights ago I woke up Found him curled up by my side. It was cute. Come on, kitten. Yes. Who's my kitten? Who's my guy? You like company, don't you? Aren't too crazy about other animals, but you love spending time with me. Me, Mum. Not too crazy about Mum's boyfriend. Yeah. Guy just started petting him one time. Alex's immediate reaction was to bite him and then bat his arm like, I don't know, 3 times, maybe 5. But as well, how fast he was going, it might as well have been 10. After that, he hissed. There we go, knocking the microphone over. So I've got a GoFundMe going since, you know, been basically abandoned when it comes to being a victim of a credit card scam. Haven't gotten any donations yet. I'm hoping to. I always get nervous when there's a lot of skeleton horses around. Never know when a lightning bolt's gonna come down. We were on a private server, me and Fry were just rolling down a river. Next thing we know, lightning strikes a skeleton horse in the river, then we've got a bunch of skeletal riders coming after us. Yeah, it was weird. What? Oh. Wait, what? forget it. Oh yes. You're just going and you're just walking across the land and all of a sudden you see that and you're like, what the hell? Oh yeah, should mention I've seen Belfast, and Death on the Nile, both directed by my favourite director Kenneth Branagh. Excellent films, I highly recommend them. And Belfast, at the PG rating here in Canada, because they only get away with fucker being said quite a few times. So yeah, expect me to call enemies that when I'm particularly annoyed, aggravated, frustrated, furious, however you want to say it. Oh, right, what am I doing? Well, that would be all for today, everyone. I'm Brian Croy Dragon, signing out. Stay straight.